7:22 right now. Looks like Roland Burris is one step closer to becoming a senator.
Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid says yesterday that Burris's testimony today before the impeachment committee could play a huge role in gaining that seat. Joining us is political analyst Tom Seraphin. How so?
Well, they had a great day yesterday. You take a look at the newspaper this morning, the Tribune. You see what's on the top of the page. It's all about Burris, and down here, the 5 presidents along with Obama. I mean, he's not where he should be. I mean, Burris should be on the back pages. Obama should be on the front pages. And the reason that he made the call yesterday, as reported in the Tribune this morning, to Harry Reid is that, hey, let's get this thing moving off the dime. We have to go somewhere else.
How much of this is just because of the fact maybe they didn't expect that this dog and pony show to show up in Washington, D.C.?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with that, and they didn't expect this thing to go that deep. I mean, Dick Durbin, unfortunately for him, Harry Reid made some mistakes early on, misread the situation. Roland Burris was legally in the right legal recourse to do what he needed to do. But I don't think they really understood that the lay of the land here in Illinois. This is hardball politics, and Obama all of a sudden getting involved in what's going on here in Chicago doesn't need this, exporting this mess to Washington, D.C., which we had talked about a long time ago.
Well, this impeachment process seems to be moving along pretty quickly, and some say, the governor could be impeached as early as this week, next week perhaps. And then we have Pat Quinn, who would obviously take over that seat. What if he rescinds this appointment by the governor? How likely is that? Well,
right now the ball is in the Supreme Court's hands. Today, the Supreme Court is probably doing the best job of the 3 branches of government. We have the legislative branch involved in the impeachment process. We have the executive branch involved with Governor Blagojevich. But the judicial branch is really taking their time with this thing. They waited until Jesse White filed his papers yesterday. Jesse feels as he's been standing on principle since December 9th. He said he wasn't going to be part of anything Governor Blagojevich was doing. Everybody else, he said the same thing. Harry Reid said that. Dick Durbin. They've all gone back on their word now, unfortunately.
And but Jesse White
has stayed where he has been. Now, he believes he never had the veto power. He never had to certify this thing. All he had to do was register it. He did it. He doesn't need to sign any Senate papers. But the Senate is suggesting today, as of yesterday, that all of a sudden we need Jesse White's signature.
Well, clearly they're using that. I mean, that's pretty obvious.
Right.
They're clearly using that as a stall tactic. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious.
And what a novel concept to have somebody who actually stands on principle.
Right.
Stands by their word.
Right. And now Thomas Fitzgerald, the Chief Justice of the State Supreme Court, will preside over the Senate trial, which probably kicks off sometime in late January, early February, because the impeachment process will go there. They will impeach him in the House. The trial will take place in the Senate. But right now, the Supreme Court is about to make a decision on whether or not Jesse White needs to sign this thing. If the Supreme Court says Jesse White is right,
it's over.
No. It goes back to Reid. It goes back to Dick Durbin, because they have to make a decision now, because they're waiting for the Supreme Court to say Jesse White has to sign.
And then they're going to say, well, he didn't sign it, so we're not going to see it.
Right. So all of a sudden, this thing gets reversed again. So, I mean, the Supreme Court, it's in their hands. And they're doing a good job by waiting and deliberately going through this process. I think the legislative branch is rushing too much. I think the judicial branch may be able to save everybody in this process.
Okay. It's getting interesting every day.
It's been interesting.
Yeah. Tom, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.